Video, getting a workout in with Santi over there. Doing a Q&A today. Got quite a bit of questions that I got asked. We're gonna sit down upstairs and do that. But first, I am gonna go back to some old videos and show you guys some of the stuff I got. Basically, one of the things I did get was more bumper plates over there, and then I got this thing by Pride Fitness, and then and that's about it. I'll search more things up, but as you can see, I got tons more bumper plates. And so, other than that, we are going to be hitting some chest today. All right, guys. Well, we got done working out. Got Santi on the casting couch.
Yes, sir.
So now we're gonna do a Q&A. Honestly, I put it on Instagram. We wrote it down because we're not so tech suave to put them on the screen.
Can't remember.
So yeah, we're doing Q&A. This is the first Q&A I'm doing. All right, so yep.
First question is from @Sally Gibson. How do you stay solid/strong in your relationship with God?
Plus,
And any tips?
So honestly, and I think me and Santi were talking about this earlier, like it's hard to stay solid in the relationship with God. You know, there's times where I was solid when I'm on fire. I think more important than that, just kind of, you know, with my relationship with God, it'll go like, you know, on fire, but it'll stay, you know, kind of stagnant, kind of stale. But I think the most important thing, I try to always stay true to my values and morals and stuff, and then just always remember. I think the biggest thing that keeps me on track is always remember who's in charge and why I am where I'm at and stuff, and that's because of God. So my tips is I always just stay focused and remember who's in control. That's my biggest thing. But yeah, so what was the question again?
@Noah Cannon asks, what are some nails you stepped on recently and what have you learned from them?
So sweet. So some nails, basically what that means, so we did talk about it on this podcast, is like hard times. You know, what are some things that you stepped on that you didn't expect to be there, that just hit you and then kind of, you know, tested your character. Some of those, honestly, I don't think I faced any real big nails, I guess you could say, that I've stepped on. But it's been more so of like just, you know, I've been stepping onto some new arenas, I guess you could say. Once I accomplish some goals and stuff, you step in some new, you know, battlegrounds. So you have to adapt. And some of it's been kind of like, you know, as income comes in, financial stuff comes in, it's one of those things where like, you know, how to handle it now, how to take that next step, or when you get more clients, how do I handle this? How do I perform more efficiently and effectively, you know, because what worked back then won't necessarily work for the next level and stuff. So it's kind of been more on those just adapting, overcoming, and then at the same time keeping my mental health. So those kind of been more of those nails that I've stepped on.
What are good exercises to do for a warm-up before you do your workout?
So some of those ones, I actually had two people ask this question on. So I was like, on this one, it depends what I'm working out. So if I'm working out legs, I'm gonna do a lot more treadmills, a lot more leg stuff, but I still work the upper body. If I'm doing a more upper body, like a push day, I'll do a lot more push-ups, more kind of shoulder, you know, warm-ups like that. But it's always moving stuff. I never do standstill stuff. It's always stuff that gets me moving.
Penelope and something asked, what are ways to get motivated to get back into the gym?
This one's tough because I think everyone's gonna have a different motivation. I think at the end of the day, just put yourself in your future self spot. Like, where do you want to be? And then, you know, if you keep going at that pace, are you gonna be happy? You know, because most of the time it's either gonna be a complete yes or complete no. You know, because if you keep eating bad food, you keep going like that, how you are, if you're unhappy with your body, if you do that for another 6 months, you know, you're going to be way farther off from your goal and coming back in shape, being happy. Whereas if you start now, little by little, you know, you pull up a picture of some guy or some model that you want to look like, I feel like you can even use that as motivation. I listen to a lot of motivational speeches just because it reminds me of hard times and how I was in those hard times, and puts me there and reminds me like I don't want to be there again. So then I get motivated and I go back in the gym and I'm like, it's time to go before it's, you know, before I'm on the ground, then I want to go. So
sweet. Okay. Where do you see your gym in 5 years?
Where I see my gym in 5 years? Not like I see my gym in 5 years, honestly, it being a game changer. I really believe it. You might think I'm crazy or something like that because it's just another gym, but it's the more that I have more financial ability, the more I have time, the more I can operate what I have up here out here, I really believe it's going to be a game changer. Game changer in having another gym, you know, at least another gym within the next 5 years, another gym or two. But, you know, I probably won't be as involved in it. I'll have the main thing. So this location here is going to be the game changer, and just y'all have to stick around to see that.
Okay. I don't know the username for this one. Was there ever a point where you felt like giving up owning the gym?
No. There's been times where it sucks because like I feel like I can't even work out. I feel like I'm helping everyone else so much that I feel like I can't even work out, or I don't want to work out, or I'm just too lazy. Something I'm working on. This is one of those things where as you get to new levels, you have to adapt. But never have I ever gotten to that point where it's like, this isn't for me. You know, I've always knew this is for me, and I just told myself I'm not gonna be stuck in this spot. This is just a step I have to take now until I give someone else that leadership to, you know, keep fulfilling that vision I have.
Right.
Get these trolls. So we got some trolls over here. Don't let us work out. Switch over to wide lens now. Anyway, what was the next question? Oh, favorite muscle group, right? So my favorite muscle group to work is probably back, just because I want my back to be ripped, and it's like the weakest part of my body that I have. Just because I've never been able to get it super ripped. Everything else comes easier. Like, I like working chest, but chest comes easy to me.
From Jenkinson Fitness asks, if someone's trying to start their business / gym, what advice would you give them?
If someone they want to start their gym / business. So if it's a gym, I would really encourage, like, look at where you're starting. Because if you're going to start somewhere where there's like other gyms and other competitions already like at a big level. So like, we're out in Idaho basically. So like, if I wanted to open one up in Boise, I would really have to have a lot of money and something completely different, or else people are not going to leave their gym. Now, the reason I opened it out here in my town where I am was, one, it's my town, so people know me, so I knew it was going to be people. But besides that, there was only one other gym when I started, you know, and then as I went in, there was another one, but there was only one real competition. And so that's why I opened it, because I knew I can provide more and it won't take too much, I guess you could say. And so when it comes to business, I would just say, you hear these people say it all the time, pick something you love, because there's times here where I was here like 2 a.m. and I wouldn't have done it if I didn't love what I did. You know, if I didn't like the business, if I saw it just primarily for money, I would never have stayed that late. I would just come home, clocked out, and clocked in whenever I needed to. And so, yeah, so pick something you love for business. And for a gym, make sure you pick your location well, and make sure you pick, you know who you're competing against.
Sweet. Okay, at Steph Lazo asked, do you ever plan to add a nutrition bar in your gym? What ideas do you have, if so?
I think eventually, I don't know if I know I just won't have it, because I don't think I would, want to. But if I would want to combine with someone, let's just say who's a nutritionist and from town, they want to work and they want to open up their own little business and bar here, I would love for that. I think that'd be such a cool thing to have, especially around here in our area. No one does that or has that. So to have healthy snacks and healthy food, and just for the members and other outside members, I think that'd be awesome. So. Okay,
well, I'm not gonna ask this one, but are you single?
Yeah, I am single. Yes, single for life.
What's your most significant tattoo and why?
I want to say there's probably a tie. One of them is my wrist. It has this empty-handed, not forsaken. That one's just for my dad when my dad passed away. Back then when I was kind of, strayed away further from God, I guess you could say, or through that hate, it kind of just left me. And then kind of when I was found again, it reminded me like, hey, you thought you were empty-handed, you pushed away, but you were not forsaken, and so that was probably the most significant one. The other one's my chest. That was my first tattoo ever, and that was just right after my depression, when I just kind of woke up, I guess you could say. That's when that happened.
Okay. Where do you plan to be YouTube-wise?
YouTube-wise, I actually plan on, I'm growing on YouTube-wise, so I'd be lying if I said I'd have 1 million views and I plan myself being there, but I do see myself having some kind of influence on here. So not like the 50 views that I'm getting right now, but like I do see myself getting at least 2,000-3,000 per video, and I would be so stoked with that. I'd be happy with that. So You know, just leaving your legacy more than anything.
At Roxanne_Nicole asked, do you plan to stay local or franchise?
I want to say I don't know if I would franchise in a sense, but I would want to expand to local towns maybe. That I don't know which ones I'd want to, but I know eventually I want to expand to Boise, and I want to have like the best and biggest gym. I want people to think Boise and think Beyond Barbell Gym, you know, but I don't want to forget about each gym. So I want to be able to stay in every single one, but I would want to have people that love it as much as I do, implement the vision that I have, and then by then, you know, put that vision up here out there and be that game changer.
Okay. Cool. And then I got another one of these, I guess. At Running Love Lux asked, if you had to pick qualities in a perfect girl, what would they be?
Honestly, I would. One, she has to be a Christian. If I was to date someone, they'd have to be a Christian. Not that non-Christians are bad. I just, you know, what I would want. I want someone that's a Christian just because of my faith. I would want someone who works out. So like, I literally, you know, live in a gym basically. So if someone does not like working out, I don't know if that would work out at all. Other than that, honestly, I like traditional girls. Like I think just my culture, and I grew up in that. So I would really like a girl who, I mean, has her own goals and her own ambitions, and you know, I would love that and encourage that. But I'd want a just very traditional girl and stuff.
Sweet, okay. At Amelia Fannin asked, why or what made you so motivated?
I think what made me so motivated was once I hit rock bottom, and I was like in rock bottom forever, and then once I hit that depression, that low point where I just want to take my life, I think once I asked God for mercy, and once I almost asked God for help, and He showed up and I started working out, that's when I kind of woke up, and I was just like, and I got that first body transformation, where there's actually a video, if you guys scroll, the very first video I have, that's when I realized like I got something going on here. So I started running. I kind of just started exploring myself in a sense. I started realizing like, whoa, if I can go from this wreck to this person, you know, and believe in this God to help me, like, I'm like, what else can I do? What else can this God do? What else, you know, can I accomplish? And once I got that first body transformation, that's when I started reading. And once I started reading, I started realizing like, hey, I'm getting like more intelligent, more wise. I'm starting making better decisions. And then once I got that, then I just started kind of diving into stuff and finding who I really was. And then once I realized my purpose, I jumped on full on. And so I think it was just that. So I really had to try to answer that. I think it's just been, once I knew the why, I ran, you know. And then before the why, I tried so many different things.
Okay, sweet. Okay, at Brenda Steins asked, what is your definition of greatness?
My definition of greatness? Shoot. You know, I have a quote up there that says, greatness is never an accident. So I think my definition of success means to fully accomplish everything you set out to, you know, not settle, not like, this is good, I'm making enough money, but like, for me, for example, would be like, I have this vision in my head to expand to Boise, to expand to these different places, but not even that, just to read, write books, you know, be a public speaker and stuff. So I have all these things, and for me, it would be like, greatness would be to never settle, to always accomplish that plus more. And then, you know, I think anything shy of that is not greatness and settling. So I think just aiming high and going for it is greatness.
Awesome. Okay, last question. Would you date a non-Christian?
I thought it was a good one. No, I wouldn't date a non-Christian. I think I've had my experiences with that. And I think when it comes to dating, I don't really date. But when it comes to dating, I think I would be pretty freaking picky on who I date. You know, I also wouldn't really want like the girl to change for me in a sense, you know what I mean? But like, I think even for me just looking, I would probably look first of all if they're Christian, and then from there, you know, go off that stuff. But that's what I would do. That was it for that. I'm gonna just go ahead and get ready for class. Probably go munch on something at my house, and then and yeah, so catch you guys in the next one.
Shoot. Oh.